Hey guys, so we are going through some crazy stuff in Austin right now. I'm sure you've heard all about it. As you can see, I've got my comfy sweats on and my wool socks to keep warm, but I'm also going to do some mobility and some feel-good moves to warm up from the inside out. And so I wanted to share that with you. So let's go ahead and do this together, shall we? All right, so make sure you got on some comfy clothes that you can move around in. You may want a mat just for some extra padding and stuff, but all you need is your body and just some focus. So here we go. Let's start from the top down. Go ahead and make fists with your hands. Get nice and strong through this upper body area. Kind of pull the shoulders down. And now bring the chin down to the chest. Now take the chin over to your right shoulder, and then let's cross that chin up and over the gap over to the left shoulder. We don't want to crank back there. Now let's bring the chin down to the chest and let's reverse our direction. Chin to the left shoulder, cross up and over, no cranking, and then come back down to the chest in the center. Let's go again. One more each way. Chin to shoulder, up and over, big circle. And down to the chest. One more the other way. Just let it feel good. If you want to hang out in any of these moves, just press pause and spend a little bit more time on them. That's totally fine. Bring the chin to the chest and roll the head up. Okay, shoulders. Let's start with our right arm. Big straight arm. Press that thumb back. Keep the arm as straight as you can through this whole exercise. Now, as soon as you can't press back any further, we're going to start to rotate. So the palm's going to rotate down as we bring our arm down. Keep the arm really close to the midline, working through some imaginary resistance. Drop my earbud. And we're going to end up with the pinky at the front. Now we're going to just press back, same thing. Press back as far as you can till you can't go any further, and then rotate the palm up as you bring the arm back up next to the ear. Let's go again, a little bit more fluid this time with no earbud issues. Rotating, pinky comes through at the bottom, and then press back as far as you can, and let's rotate up. All right, let's do one more circle on this side. Let's really try to fight through some resistance. Keep that arm really close to the midline. Feel that shoulder blade just moving around in its socket. That's the whole point. And roll that arm back up and stop it up at the top. All right, let's go to the other side. Shake it out. Left arm straight up, as straight as you can. Thumb presses back. And then when you can't go any further, let's rotate palm down, bringing that pinky through at the bottom. And now press back through the thumb. You'll feel the tricep a little bit here as we start to rotate it, bringing it back up. Let's go again. Two more. Press back. Remember, we're trying to mobilize the shoulder and the shoulder blade here. So just take your time. Think about it. Think about that ball and socket moving around in there. Feel it. Stop it up at the top. Let's do one more. Press back. Still working through resistance, still keeping the arm as close to our bodies as possible. Last little half circle, press back, rotate, and stop it up at the top. All right, let's just shake all that out. Now let's do some upper spine circles. So we're moving just from here up. Let's cross our hands over, grab opposite shoulders, bring the elbows down to the belly button. Now bring the elbows out to one hip. And now open up to the back. No pain in the low back here. Keeping it just in the upper spine. Elbows to other hip. Stop it at the center in the front. Let's go the other way. Elbow to hip. Open up to the back. Elbow to other hip. Stop it at the center. Let's go again. One more each direction. Maybe a little bit more fluid this time now that you kind of know what we're doing. Same thing. If you feel any points that you want to stick and massage through and work through, do that. But if you feel any sharp pain or anything bad, just go right around that. We don't want to stay there. All right, stop it at the center. Release the arms. Let's just get the spine a little twist. Might get some pops and cracks here. I do these literally 6 times a day, if not more. It's a little free chiropractic adjustment and it feels good and it just kind of wakes the body up and gets me ready for whatever I want to do. Okay, moving on. Let's do some hip circles. So let's shove the hips forward as far as you can. Let's push them out to the side. Make sure you feel a stretch right here. And then press the hips to the back. Feel the stretch in the hamstrings. And then other side. Feel that stretch on this outer hip. And then back to the front. Let's stay that same direction. Let's just circle it out, round out those corners, make it a little smoother, but still find the stretches in each of the positions. One more circle here. Stop at the center. Let's go the other way. First, just find the stretch, press it to the back, find the stretch. Other side, feel it in that hip. And we're back to center in the front. Now let's round out the corners, finding those stretches. Still, one more. And back to center. Okay, now getting a little bit more intense. If you want something to hold on to, if you struggle with balance, go ahead and grab that. We don't want to focus on balance so much here as much as the mobility in our hip. So we're going to do single leg hip rotations. Now bring the right knee up into the chest as far as you can. Hold it up there. Now take it out to the side and see if you can keep it just as high as it was in the front. Now rotate, heel comes up towards the ceiling. Try to keep the knee as high. Bring it around the back, squeeze the glutes, and then the knee comes down in the center. Now we're going to go back the other way. So press back, feel the glute engage. Bring that leg around to the side, rotate so the knee comes up, foot goes down, and now we're here. Let's go again. One more. Out to the side, rotate, feel the hip right here. Try to stand up straight through these whole moves. If we got to lean a little bit to come, counterbalance, that's totally fine. We just want to slowly start getting away from so much counterbalance. And we're back at the front. Okay, shake out that standing leg. It did some work. Let's go to the other side. I like to put my hands here sometimes for balance. You can pretend like you have a chair or something to hold on to, or you can actually hold on to something. Now let's take that knee out to the side, rotate around to the back, feel that glute engage, and bring it through center. Let's press back and up, bring it around, and rotate. So we're back at the front starting position. Let's go one more time. Out to the side, rotate, around to the back, feel the glute, bring it through the bottom. Let's press straight back in reverse, around, rotate, knee up, foot down, and drop that leg, and then just shake out both your legs. We're already starting to feel warm, right? Especially in this general area. Okay, so let's go ahead and come down to the floor for this next bit. Now go ahead and have a seat. Bring the soles of your feet together, so we're in a butterfly position, knees open. Bring the hands behind the back. Try to get them as close together as possible without pain. Also try to keep the elbows soft, not locked out. So now from here, we're going to open the chest, pull the shoulder blades together, and press the knees open. And then come out of it. Let's go again. Open the chest, press the knees open, and release. 2 more times. Open, press, and release. Let's do one more. Open, press, and release. Go ahead and get off those hands and just kind of rotate around, loosen up those elbows, do what you got to do, loosen it up. All right, let's flip it over. Onto our knees, and let's find a child's pose to start. So hips back, knees open as much as you need to, toes together. Now try to make a wave through the spine. We're going to come up Lift up through the low back, then the mid back, then the upper back. Come forward into knee plank, and then drop the hips down. Roll the shoulders back. Look up for seal pose. And then lift the hips, send them back to child's pose. Take a stretch here. And again, lift up. Let's round through the spine. A nice controlled round. Drop the hips. Squeeze the glutes here to protect the back. Pull the shoulders down as you look up. And then lift the hips. Send them back. Child's pose. Let's do one more here. Lift up. Vertebra by vertebra. Feel the wave. Drop the hips down. Squeeze the glutes. Pull the shoulders down and back. Look up. And lift the hips back into child's pose. And breathe. All right, walk the hands back under the shoulders. Press yourself up to your knees. And let's go into a camel pose with some movement. So we want the knees to be about hip distance apart. Go ahead and tuck your toes under and then have a seat on your feet. Now reach back, grab these heels if you can. If you can't get there, you can also stick a foam roller in between your butt and your calves, and you can kind of hold on to that so you're a little bit higher. But if you can get your feet, let's get hands on both heels and then stick those hips forward. So this is camel. Nice big open front body. Now send the hips back to the heels so you can lift off your left arm. And now send the hips back forward as you reach that arm up and back. And send the hips back again. Let's switch. Left hand goes to the foot. Right arm releases and reaches up and back. And send the hips back to the heels. Let's do it again. One more each. Hips forward, reach up and back. And one more time. Reach. And go ahead and come on out of it. Okay, untuck those toes. Shake them out if you need to. Now let's come into a lunge. So let's step the right leg forward. Take your left hand to the outside of that right leg, and let's open, big twist to the back. Look at that hand, and come out of it. Let's do it again. Open, and release. Let's do one more. This one we're going to hold a little bit longer. Sit up nice and tall through the spine. And release. So we're building strength while we're getting mobility here, which is how we get some awesome heat going. Let's switch sides. Left leg forward. Take that right hand to the outside of that knee. Open up. Look back there. And release. And open up. And release. One more. We're going to hold. And release. Alrighty. Go ahead and come back onto both knees. And let's come into a tabletop position for some reach unders. Love the twists. So we're going to keep it going. Flip the left fingers to face the inside. Reach the right arm up as you take a big deep breath in. Exhale, dive it under. Bring the shoulder and the head down. Exhale. Again, inhale, open. Exhale, twist, relax. One more, inhale, open. Exhale, twist down, hold here. Really focus on this nice stretch. So we want to relax the head and the neck and the shoulder. Make sure that arm that's along the floor is nice and relaxed, and let that shoulder just kind of pull off the back. Use the hand pressing into the floor to press into the twist a little more. And go ahead and come on up to your hands. Let's go to the other side. So right fingertips turn in, left hand opens. Inhale, exhale, dive it under. Inhale, reach up and open. Exhale, twist. Bring that head all the way down and the shoulder. Last time, inhale. Exhale, relax. Now this is when we get to hold it and really focus on how good this feels. So relax this arm down here on the floor. Let that shoulder just pull off the back. Use the hand, press into the floor, and twist a little deeper as you breathe. And now go ahead and bring it back up to the hands and knees. And let's just get a couple cat-cows in with some nice deep breaths. So as long as you can make these breaths here, inhale, lift the tailbone, look up. Exhale, round through the spine. Press the hands into the floor. Inhale, round it back up, look up. Exhale, pull the belly button up into the spine. One more. Inhale and exhale. And then just come back to neutral spine. Okay, go ahead and make your way up to standing. We're going to get a little bit more movement going here. So we're going to do what I like to call the discus. I've never thrown a discus, so I don't know if this is actually how it goes. But we're going to rotate, pivot on the feet, kind of come into a lunge, and now you're going to whip that other arm up and throw that discus. So use your breath, inhale down, exhale, find that power. We want it to be nice and powerful here, but keep those abs really engaged so we protect everything. This one will get us nice and warm. And if you can't come that low, don't come that low. Just modify as you need to. You're still going to get the heart rate up doing it this way. And we'll just slowly get to that deeper lunge gradually the right way. Last one here. All right. It's kind of hard in my socks. Let's do the other side. So rotate down and exhale, twist. And throw that discus. Keep breathing. Do not hold the breath at any point during any of this video. Keep it flowing. Use it. It keeps your focus, helps you find power, helps you find a good pace. So many benefits. Also keeps you alive. One more. All right. Take a breath. Now, let's go to a nice, difficult hip opener called the archer squat. So we're going to sink down to one side. Now, if you have blocks or a chair or something you can hold on to, you can stay up here, or you can come all the way down till we get our fingers down. We want to keep this heel as close to the floor, if not on it, as possible. And let's walk it over to the other side. Now, once we get comfortable here, we can start to tip that toe up over there and get a nice inner thigh hamstring stretch. But let's just go back and forth at your own pace, whatever level you are at. And then if you want to take it one notch higher, remove the arms and just work through that low squat lunge situation. One leg bends as the other one straightens. This takes lots of control, mobility, and strength. So if you're not here yet, just keep practicing. That's what I did. Let's see one more. And finish where we started. All right. Now just lift those hips. You can scoot your feet in a tad if you need to. Now let's find a nice wide leg forward fold. Shake the head, release the neck. You can say yes and no, make little circles. Don't make yourself dizzy. Just let that neck tension release. And now let's go back to our twists. One hand right below the face. Reach the other arm up as you twist and look. Take a big inhale. Exhale, switch. Other hand down. Reach. Inhale as you look up. Exhale, switch. Let's go to the other side. Reach. Breathe. Switch. Reach it up. And exhale, come back down. And now turn your toes out. Bring your elbows to the insides of your knees here. And we're just going to kind of sink the hips down and rock it. If this is no good, try it with your hands. Just use your hands, kind of push those knees open. We don't want to rock too far to where knees hurt and we're going past our toes, but just a little rocking here. And now, if you're not on your hands already, come up to your hands. We're going to dip our shoulders and look up and switch and switch and switch. And then just come back to center, turn the toes forward, round the spine, tuck the tailbone, roll it up to standing. All right, guys, let's go ahead and come back down to the floor. There's just a few exercises I want to take you through before we're finished. So from here, I want you to lie all the way down on your back. Bring your knees up into your chest. First, let's just do some nice hip circles. So take your knees, roll them around one way, and then let's see if we can reverse that direction for a few circles. All right, now plant your left foot down, keep the knee bent. Take that right foot and first just cross it over that knee, that left knee. Now, grab that foot if you can, grab that knee if you can, lift it up off that left leg, and just kind of hold it in this pigeon position. If it's good on the knee, leave it on the knee. But if you're not feeling too much of a stretch, add a little bit by using your hands. Now get a good grip on this foot because we're going to do some neuromuscular stretching here. So hold this leg in place. Don't let it move, but start to press your foot into your hand. So we're activating this glute and release. And now again, press into the hand. Don't let it go anywhere. And release. We're going to do one more. Press, hold maybe a little bit longer. Shaking is good. And release. Now let go with your hands and try to keep that foot where it is. This time we're using the inner thigh. Hold, hold, hold. And release. Put that right foot down. Let's switch sides. So start by just getting your left foot on top of that right knee. If this is enough stretch, we can totally do the same thing here, using the knee as resistance instead of the hands. But if you're going with me, grab your foot in your knee. Keep this foot flexed. Now start to press into the hand and release. And again, press. Find that shaking. Find the intensity. It's good. And release. One more. We're going to hold a little longer. Press and release. Now let go with the hands. Try to keep the foot right where it is. Engage the inner thigh. Hold for 3, 2, 1, and release. And then just kind of shake those legs out. All right. Use your hands behind your knee to rock yourself up to seated. And let's get our hips before we finish here. So let's step the right leg forward first. Come into this nice lunge position. Now, if you cannot reach your foot, you can stack it up on blocks or you can put it up against a couch or a wall. But we're going to go back and try to grab this foot. You can also use straps if you have them. So tuck these toes under. see if you can get back there and grab that foot. Now, I'm going to switch hands. I started on the wrong hand. So we want the left hand back there grabbing that foot, and then we're just going to start to rock it forward and back. So if this hurts your knee, you can always fold the mat over, get a little extra padding down there. But then let's just rock. Rock. And if you have your foot on something, maybe not so much rocking, but just sitting up nice and straight, feeling that nice hip stretch on the left side. All right, now this is killer. We're going to hold here in this super stretched, rocked forward position, if you're with me on the floor. Now, if you have your foot resting on something, go ahead and get away from that. And we're going to try to hold that foot up on its own as long as we can. So hamstring central. Flex the foot. Ready? Here we go. Let go with the hand. Hold. Hold it up as high as you can. For 3, 2, 1. And release. Ooh. Stretch that leg out if you need to. Get it to the front. Hammer it out a little bit, a little self-massage. And then let's switch sides. So now we got our left leg forward. And so the right hand is going to reach back and grab that foot if you can. If not, get back on whatever we're resting that foot on and just stretch with us first. If you got your foot, make sure you got enough padding underneath that knee. Sometimes those knee pains can even creep up after the fact. So even if you may not feel it now, it's always a good idea to take some extra precaution just in case. All right, now we're going to hold it forward. Big deep stretch here. If you're on a block or a chair or the wall, come away from it. We're going to use our hamstrings. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, let go. Hold. Flex the foot. Squeeze right here. 3, 2, 1, and whoo, release. And you can kick that leg out. Get a little hamstring stretch and massage. All right, guys. So we're just going to finish here. I want to do a nice low squat to stand. So to get to that position, let's just kind of make sure our hips are nice and mobile. Bring your hands back. And we just kind of want to rock, get used to this motion. We're going to try to go from here into our squat. If you're not there yet, don't worry, just find a squat. But if you want to challenge yourself, we're going to have a seat, one arm up, lift the hips, and push yourself into this low squat. I'm just going to turn around so you can see me from the front. So no matter what your squat looks like, we just want to be as deep as we can be safely. I've been doing this a long time, so my squats are super low, but you can see my knees and toes are completely out to the side, and that's how I have to do it to get in this position. So just take this time right now to find your squat, feel it out. Where are you at? Are you up here? Are you right here? That's fine. Just feel it. Now, from wherever you're at, we're going to pretend like there's a wall in front of us, so we can't go forward. We got to go straight up. And we're going to go super slow. Ready? Here we go. Start to lift. Feel all the individual muscles, the glutes, the quads, the hips, the hamstrings. And we're up. Let's go one more time. We're going to sink it down and stand back up together. Straight down with control, nice and slow. Back to the bottom. Here we go. Last time, nice and slow, even slower than the first time. Ready? Oh, that's good stuff. All the muscles. And we're back at the top. All right, guys. I am nice and warm. I almost don't need my sweatpants anymore or my wool socks, but I'm sure that'll change in a few minutes. I hope that felt good for you guys, and I will see you next time.